Hello everyone, in this video, we will discuss growing celery at home. It does not like extreme temperatures and grows best when the temperature remains between 10 to 26 degrees Celsius. Subscribe and press bell icon for more updates. Do start the seeds. Take a seedling tree. Make sure all cells have the in each hole at the bottom for the seed as starting mix. We will use 70% cocoa bead and 30% organic combos, such as leaf mold or vermin compost. Now fill all the cells with this soil mix. It's ok if you overfill, since the mix will said for the ones it is wet. Carefully take out detainee seeds from the back book, a small hole in each cell with a scissor or any other gardening tool. Now put 2 to 3 seeds must cell to ensure that at least one seed will germinate into a seedling. Now close the hole. We'll use 70% cocoa beads and 30% organic additives like leaf mold or vermin compost. Now fill all the cells with this soil mix. It's ok if you overfill, since the mix will said for the ones it is wet. Carefully take out detainee seeds from the back book, a small hole in each cell with a scissor or any other gardening tool. Now put 2 to 3 seeds must cell to ensure that at least one seed will germinate into a seedling. Now close the hole. Be gentle when pressing to avoid pegging the soil from this. Check that the seed has full contact with the soil. After planting, gently shower with water. If multiple seeds sprout from the same cell, you can prune or remove the weakest logging plant. Maintain the tree's full firmness. After 2 weeks, the seed will begin to germinate at an ideal temperature of 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Plant the seedlings 5 to 6 inches apart for healthy growth. Plant the rest of the seedlings in the same manner, making sure that the planting area around the seedlings is lightly supported with your fingers after transplanting. Keep the board in the shade for 2 to 3 days to avoid transplant shock. Keep the soil moist at all times during this phase. During this phase, some seeds may require more time to germinate. Keep this soil moist for better germination and place this seedling tree in a drainage blade and venomous soil. It begins to dry up. Once the seedlings are 1 to 1.5 inches tall, simply pour some water into the blade. At that point, seedlings can be transplanted to their final locations by spreading the cells from the bottom and holding the root ball in place. To avoid transplant shock, keep the root ball intact and use a medium-sized pot. Make sure it's at least 8 to 10 inches deep here. We can easily sell the plants to make the final soil mix. To plant your seedling, make a hole in this soil mix. Gently put the root ball into the hole and push this soil in foam with your fingers to get good contact with this soil. We will use 60% garden soil and 40% compost. Give 1.5 to 2 inch gap between the rim of the pot and this soil surface for effective watering. After 3 days, shift the board in full sun for healthy growth. When the soil begins to feel compacted, dig up the top layer to soften it. This promotes better root formation while also reducing the ability of wreaths to infiltrate the planting area. Celery requires constant moisture, so keep the soil moist at all times. It certainly does not receive adequate water. Stringy and bitter, these stalks will be. Silly plants are voracious feeders that require rich soil that must be fertilized on a regular basis. We can also grow them in a small boat with a 6 to 8 inch diameter board that can easily accommodate one celery plant and 2 handfuls of campo spur plants in the soil mix every 15 days. Once the plant is 5 to 6 inches tall, you can begin harvesting the leaves. Always harvest the outermost leaves, as this allows the innermost stalks to continue to mature, and always use big balls to grow easily. Plants in this frame, all the plants are of the same age. Here we share link to our description for products. Galvanized steel water can, 90-degree brass garden hose elbow. But you can clearly see the difference that the plant grown in big container is double in size. You can harvest plants whole, but cutting or picking individual stems as required will keep plants producing ovum. Cut the stem just above the ice surface to harvest the wholesale plant. Your selling plant will regrow from the cut if you do this, but only in a few days. Celery is a marshy plant in the same family as carrots and parsley. It has long, firm, pale green fibrous stalks that grow in bunches of 8 to 10. At the top, the stalks taper into leaves. Although most people throw away the leaves, they are edible. Celery tastes mild, earthy, and slightly peppery. Despite its high water content, celery contains a variety of vitamins and minerals, including potassium and calcium, both of which are beneficial to heart health. It also contains folate and vitamin K, both of which are necessary for red blood cell formation and effective blood clotting. Celery is also high in flavonoids, which are plant compounds that have anti-inflammatory and cardiovascular protective properties. Diets high in fibrous foods, such as celery, have been linked to a lower risk of heart disease.